Oh my god. If they have a board wipe, oh my god, look at my life total. Hello, my name is Kern. Welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena deck guide. I'm so excited for some of these games here. We're just ridiculous. Very excited to show you this deck. The meta right now is very aggro-focused. I don't have to tell you that. You know that already. That's why you're here. You're looking for a new brew that'll help shake things up, shine some light on this otherwise very dark and dreary meta, and I've got some tricks for you here. This is a not combo deck. It is a mid-range deck, but it is centered around a combination, different combinations of cards. And one of the key ones, and why we're playing in black and green and blue here, is Mystic Reflection and Tend the Pests. So you might not have even seen these cards cast at all. What do they do? Mystic Reflection is a 2-mana spell, or maybe 1 mana if you foretold it, that allows you to make it so the next time one or more creatures or planeswalkers enter the field, they instead enter as a copy of a chosen creature. A creature that was chosen when you cast the spell, and not when the effect was resolved. And already, like, this is a very head-scratchy card. Like, so, okay, what does this do? And then I'm, like, kind of already getting into the lawyer text of, like, notice that it didn't say this, it said that. Here's another thing you might have missed. It says, doesn't say anything, actually. It's about what's missing. Notice that it doesn't say anything about who controls the creature. Okay, most copy effects only enter as copies of creatures you control. This does not say that. It does also not say anything about who the target, or who the creature that's entering is owned by or controlled by. So there is a lot of utility for this card. Let's get into it. Let's get into the complexity of this card, because it might not come up in all the games I show you. I don't know which games I'm going to show you, but one use of this card. 3 basic uses of it. One use is it can be used as removal. So you make your opponent's creature enter as a copy of something stupid, say like a 1/1 pest token or like an eye twitch or something, right? Their Titan of Industry is now a 1/1 creature. Hilarious. Pretty good removal spell. I mean, it costs 2 or 1 mana if it's for 12. Let's just assume 1 from now on. It costs 1 mana because that's what it'll be most of the time. Pretty good. I mean, you have to do it as they're casting it. So it's almost like a sort of watered down, counterspell in that regard. But still pretty good values. So we have to have other removal, basically. But yeah, that's one use, removal. Another thing is you can copy your own thing, or rather copy your opponent's thing for your own creature. Like, let's say they have a Titan of Industry on the board. You can play an Eye Twitch and make it enter as a copy of that, which I've done before. I don't think in any of the games I recorded today, but yeah, I have done that before, actually in many different games. So that's a very common utility for it. If your opponent plays creatures at all, and most decks do, there's a good chance they're going to be playing something that is worthwhile for you to copy. So if they're ahead, they're usually ahead because of the quality of their creatures, then you copy that, with the exception maybe of some aggro decks, which are very highly synergistic. So like, for instance, Enchantments aggro or Boros aggro is very highly synergistic based off of creature abilities. So like, it's not going to be as valuable to copy those creatures all the time. But sometimes even in those decks, they're good targets. The third way you could use this card is to copy your own good creature. So we could copy, like, say, a Topiary Stomper, which isn't amazing, but it is value. We could copy a Treefolk creature token, which is huge, or copy Tavalar. And here's the thing with copying Tavalar. Speaking of combos, I haven't even gotten to Tend the Pests yet, but there's a combo between Mystic Reflection and Tavalar's Huntmaster. I actually explained this already and show it off in a different deck list I made a couple sets ago in Bant colors. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. But the idea of this combo here is, this card says when 1 or more creatures enter the field. It's the next time. It's not any time, any number of times. It's not like every single creature that enters is going to enter as a copy of that. But the next time, if multiple creatures happen to enter the field at once, then they all will enter as copies of the chosen creature. So Tavalar makes 2 2/2 Green Wolf creature tokens. So you go into full control, you cast Tavalar, let it hit the field, let the ETB go on the stack, but before it resolves, then cast Mystic Reflection, selecting Tavalar. And now his Green Wolf creature tokens will instead enter as Tavalar tokens. So the end result is you get 3 6/6s with upside, as well as 4 2/2 creature tokens. That right there will usually just end the game. Usually, not always. And that's why this is not combos, because it does not guarantee a win if you get the combination off. So yeah, Mystic Reflection, good card. What's Tend the Pests? Tend the Pests is a black and a green instant spell that allows you to sack a creature and create a number of pest tokens equal to the power of the creature that you sacrificed. So maybe you can see where I'm going with this, because if you combo this off with Mystic Reflection, now you're getting more than just 2 creatures entering at once, which is already huge value. Now you're getting like 4 or 8, you know, sometimes it really does happen in this deck fairly frequently. Very good card. But it's not just for that. It also has decent value, you know, like you can sack your own, say, Topiary Stomper, and now you have 4 1/1s, which is pretty key because most of our big creatures, like at 3 and above, that our opponent is going to want to hit, they're going to want to hit right away. So we cast this spell, we hold up Tend the Pests, so when they inevitably use removal on it, at least we're getting some value back out of it, and now we have a bunch of chumpers that'll also gain us life and help us to survive until we can get the next thing going. This is why we can survive against aggro, not just this one card, but because our deck has lots of ways to get added value out of our already very good cards. But Tend the Pests, Mystic Reflection. And this is where that first lawyerly clause I mentioned comes in handy. If this card wasn't complicated enough, the creature that it's targeting does not have to be already on the field when the effect resolves, just when the spell resolves, right? So what that means is, let's say I have a Topiary Stomper, just a little Topiary Stomper. It gets better if it was a different creature, but let's just bring it down to 4 power. I can target the Topiary Stomper, and as long as the spell resolves, we're good to go. Anything can happen to this creature. It can be killed, it can be exiled, it doesn't matter where it is, but whenever the next number of creatures enter, they all enter as copies. What that means is I can even sacrifice him to Tend the Pests, and now I'll create 4 additional copies of Topiary Stomper. So this one, the actual card itself, goes in the graveyard, but I have 4 new copies. It ramps me 4 more lands. I probably have enough now to actually be able to block and attack with it. So yeah, it's a pretty good combo. We have 4 Prosperous Innkeeper to help us gain some life. As you can see, we also have lots of ways to have many creatures enter the battlefield at once. Pretty awesome against aggro, and very often he'll just chump. But that treasure token is very useful for color fixing because our land base is kind of funky. The color demands in this deck are very real. We have Meathook Massacre, which requires double black. We have lots of cards that require double green. And we also have Memory Deluge requiring double blue. So yeah, we kind of need a lot of lands, and it's exacerbated because we also need basics for Topiary Stomper and for, of course, environmental sciences when we get stuff out of our learn board. So it just makes our land base even that much more janky. The treasure tokens help, is what I'm trying to say here. Removal-wise, we've got 4 Infernal Grasp, which is a little feels bad against aggro. The other option here was Blood Chief's Thirst, but I just found that was not great. It's fine against aggro sometimes, not always, but if you have to cast it against a creature that has higher than 2 CMC, you have to cast it with double black, and for 4 mana it often means you tap out, and it was just really awkward. So this hits everything. It does it on our opponent's turn, and we lose 2 life, which is downside, but it has really great value, so that's why we're running this instead. 4 Eye Twitch for a few reasons. One of them is, a big one, is the learn board, and it's a nice, just cheap little blocker, right? The chumper that can help us out. But yeah, learn board is very critical. The sciences I already explained helps us to color fix. But the other critical thing in the learn board is this pest summoning. So if we want to go off with Mystic Reflection, but we don't have a way to make multiple creatures at once, this is a very cheap and viable way that we can do that, with the colors not a problem at all for our deck. So yeah, so you can, with just 4 mana basically, you can create 2 copies of the best thing on the board if you already have a Mystic Reflection, you know, by pulling this out of your learn board. Mascot Exhibition, similarly, I mean, you see this in learn boards already, but the reason that it's here in our board is that you can also make 3 copies of the best thing if you cast Mascot Exhibition. Sometimes we're going to be wanting to play Teachings, and then everything else is just kind of, you know, what you would expect in a learn board. What did I not mention? Memory Deluge. Don't craft this for this deck. If you don't have the card crafted already, I would recommend playing instead, what's it called? Behold the Multiverse, right? This is almost as good. You could arguably say maybe it's even better for the deck. I don't know if I'd go that far. Better because it's lighter on the color demands, so you're going to be missing that second blue never, right? Because you don't need a second blue if you played this instead of Memory Deluge. And you could theoretically cast it earlier, and that would be nice if this were a slower meta. But because it's aggro, you're never going to want to cast this on turn 3 against an aggro deck, right? Like, aggro is so common in the meta in many different forms. I don't know that we want to play Behold the Multiverse instead to help fix our colors, but yeah. Another reason that Memory Deluge is nice in our deck is that Ren and 7 will be milling cards as we plus him, and often he will mill a Memory Deluge, and then, hey, added value out of that, right? So that's pretty good. That can give us an out sometimes when we're really like desperate to try to figure out some way to close a game or to stabilize or something like that. One thing I should really mention that's very important about this deck. You can see the opportunity for really exciting stuff to happen, explosive stuff to happen, and you will see that in these games. But I warn you, do not wait until you've got all the pieces together. This what I'm trying to say is this is a bad deck for gamblers. If you are a gambling person, maybe don't play this deck because it'll lull you into thinking, oh, it's a pretty good play to play Tend the Pests now or Mystic Reflection now, but it would get even better if I get a land on top, or if I get a creature, this creature target, or if, and once you start thinking that way, then you're just doomed, right? So I'm not saying don't just throw these cards away, but use them where they're going to have good utility, because you don't know when you're going to be able to assemble the perfect combo. But it happens more often than you might think, if you're open to it. All right, let's hop into the games and see how this deck does, shall we? Mystic Reflection and Eye Twitch. I mean, we could go into our learn board to get a target for that. This is like nothing going on otherwise, but I'm going to keep it. I think it's actually playable. And I think I'm going to turn 2 foretell this as well to just really set up for the combo here. Do I think that they might have haste that I want to block with Eye Twitch for? No, we can block later. So we're setting up for a turn 4 combo. They're probably going to play a better creature than us. Bloodthirsty Adversary is a really good creature to target with this combo because it has haste, so it's a really nice way to get in lots of damage. Definitely going to play second Eye Twitch. Guess it doesn't matter what my other land is, does it? Thinking too much about this. I could have attacked there, but I think I'd rather block out both of these or double block and kill it. Oh yeah, these exile. Dang it. So I'm not going to get the learn effect. That's kind of a problem. Shoot. Is there anything I can do about that? I mean, I'd have to kill him first, but I don't have a way to do that. I don't know if I block yet, though. I think maybe I wait a turn. I don't think I'm going to... I don't have much hope of killing Etching of Kumano before then. Dang it, I guess I shouldn't have pinged with my Eye Twitch for just that reason. So I can ensure that I got the learn off. That could be the difference in this game here, because otherwise we could very easily stabilize by playing our own Bloodthirsty Adversaries. If we got an Infernal Grasp on top, killed it, blocked out the other Bloodthirsty Adversary, took little damage next turn, learned for the Pest Summoning, then we can stabilize, but we kind of need it on top, honestly. Ren and 7 is not bad. So here's where it does not pay to be greedy, because, you know, if I waited, like if I didn't block them out next turn, right? If I didn't block them out next turn, and I waited to get the Treefolk creature down, it's possible that I might be able to kill Etching of Kumano just because they want to get in with as much damage as possible with the Treefolk creature token, but I think we just have to block the following turn, assuming Eye Twitch survives, which it might not. They might just kill it right now. Oh man, it's too bad we didn't get to learn with it. It's actually really punishing. They have like all hastes. we just got to block out some damage. So we're going to go down to 7, then we're going to create a pest, or a huge 5/5 token that's going to be very hard for them to deal with. Then Ren and 7, if it survives, which it might not, can ensure we continue to hit our land drops up to Tavalar, which, again, we're not going to get greedy. We don't need to do this combo. We're just going to cast him as soon as we possibly can. We're going to cast Tavalar as soon as we possibly can, because we probably stabilize just off of that one play. Which, I was going to say, is an argument for plussing Ren, but then we're just dead, right? Yeah, we're dead on board, so we can't. We can't plus Ren. If we got Infernal Grasp... Yeah. Okay, we got that. So we will create, we have to create the Tree Folk token. And then we have to hope it's able to survive, which it probably can.
We prefer not to fight, but we also will not hold back. Heed the trees.
Let's see if they go after Ren and 7. We did get our 6th land on top last turn, so we're guaranteed Tavalar. We can also flip Tavalar into Pack Leader and then have 2 tokens enter that way, because once he flips, he can create 2 wolf tokens every time he attacks. So that's a way to get the combo off if you've already cast him, or in this kind of situation where we really need to cast him on turn 6. We're just going to block as much damage as possible. It's not critical that the Tree Folk token survive. We don't want them to just burn us out with a play with fire. Do they have a pump? If they've got the Goblin pump, which I wouldn't expect in this deck, then we're just dead. Okay, I guess they just wanted to kill my Tree Folk token. That makes sense, I suppose. Alright, now we can hopefully stabilize. I could plus in order to hold on to this to get Tavalar back. Potentially, not guaranteed. Yeah, I don't need double black yet for like Meat Hook Massacre, so I just wish that we had been able to ramp, because then we could combo here and then absolutely guarantee we're going to win. But this will have to do. Following turn, we're probably not casting any spells. We're probably just going to minus Ren, make a Tree Folk token, and let it flip tonight. Oh god! Do they have the play with fire?
Only unleash Inferno.
I don't think so. They would just cast it, right? So, I think we're going to survive a turn. They only need 1 creature to get in, though, so even if they just had 1 spell that could remove a creature, then that would be it. Okay, looks like they don't. Killing that thing for sure. You cannot equip at instant speed. We're very low life total. We really need to find a prosperous innkeeper, ideally. Ah, okay. They wiped our board, but we have Topiary to get back, and we can also get this back from the graveyard. So, first of all, we plus. I don't think we reveal to them that we're going to get Tavalar back next turn. And this is going to go to 2. If they can, let's say they have 1 thing in hand, that doesn't mean they have... Just thinking, if they can make 2 creatures, then... Thinking, do we have to Memory Deluge? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. What could that even get, though? No, I don't think that's going to help us out of the situation. So we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can cast this, get back Tavalar. And does it matter what I take here? I've got a lot of green, got a lot of blue. I guess I'll take my second black, because that could matter. Now that we're not going to Play this as a land. If I had to, like say they made multiple creatures with haste, I could make their creature enter as a copy of my Topiary Stomper, which, you know, the added benefit of that is that it's very unlikely that they're going to be able to ever get up to 7 lands. Okay, good. That does not have haste, so I think we're probably okay, because this doesn't give haste, right? Yeah, it's just +2/+0. Okay. And now we're going to Mystic Reflection it and make a bunch of copies. We're still not out of the woods because all they need is a play with fire. So I don't know, do we do that or do we look for a Prosperous Innkeeper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does this make them enter tapped? Yeah, that enters tapped. So I have 8 mana. Yeah, I can't do it all next turn. Could try to Memory Deluge for a Prosperous Innkeeper to gain some life. But maybe we should just try to close the game as fast as possible with Tovolar's Huntmaster. And it also gives us more protection from like their hasty stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is full control. Oh, I can't fight with him this turn too. I was thinking if I could remove this. Okay. I'm gonna do this, full control. We resolve this effect. Let the ETB hit the stack. Mystic Reflection, copy that. Now we have 3 Tovolars, 3 6/6s, and 4 2/2s. Okay, and our opponent scoops. They still could have won. They just needed like a couple more burn spells, you know? I mean, I don't know what's in their deck. Maybe they don't have a direct damage to face spell. Technically keepable. And then we get teachings, maybe, from our learn board. I mean, we have a lot of gas that we could draw into. 4 Topiaries, 4 Wrens, 2 Tovolars. That's 6 cards we really want to see. 4 Memory Deluges, that's 10. What else could we see that would make this hand better? Is my deck tracker working? It is. I guess Mystic Reflection would be nice too, because we're going to be able to get stuff from our learn board. I think this is alright. I think we take Teachings and then Pest Summoning to make this hand work. This has got to be played as blue, so I have to play this tapped in order to get Eye Twitch down following turn. Which might mean that I really want to cast Prosperous Innkeeper first, so that I just gain the additional life. Depends on what my opponent plays here. Starting with a tapped Snowland, though. Could be some kind of Blood on the Snow, but no, a normal basic swamp. So I just think they're doing that for the fact that it's a dual land. Well, there's a plain island, so I could do 2 Eye Twitch by playing this as black instead. And I have, yeah, 2 blue still. I think I'm just going to play the Prosperous Innkeeper, though. I think they do have a 2-mana removal spell like Infernal Grasp or something, because there was no stick as I was casting this spell, and then there was automatic stick as soon as there was a creature on the field. Okay. Exile. Interesting that they found that a threat. Oh, okay, because this is aggro, they were just kind of screwed to start. Luckily, we can still block that out with Eye Twitch. So I play double Eye Twitch, and if I want to sack the treasure token, I could do it to tend the pest, but this is like the worst tend the pest target I have in my deck, so we're not doing that. Yeah, you kind of regret exiling that Prosperous Innkeeper now, don't you? Maybe, because I could double block here. And I absolutely will to get the value. Okay, they don't attack. Dang it, another land. Well, we're definitely going to take teachings here once my iTwitch dies. Man, if I can just get anything, really, anything, I would be happy. So yeah, block here. Not going to double block because our life total might matter. And I think we just take teachings. Anything else we could... Necrotic Fumes. We could do that to kill their Gyata or the Righteous Valkyrie, which honestly is not that bad of an idea. I think we're just going to teachings, though. I might regret that later, but we really need to get our own game plan going. Ooh, Ren and 7. Do I teachings while I can? They could cast a spell in response, and then suddenly my teachings draws me 2 instead of 3, which is not the end of the world, but I think we just cast Ren, right?
Dreams are old and wise. Heed their lessons.
Alright, that's fine. Interesting that they went after Ren and not after the token. So they must have another way to kill the token. Sort of. Sort of. I've got Infernal Grasp, though. I can kill that token before this effect takes place, and then I can no longer kill my token. Do I want to teachings this turn? Because if I teachings, I won't also have Tend the Pests to turn this into 1/1 Pests, but I don't think they're going to fly over me, so I don't think that this is important for that anyway. So I think I just Infernal Grasp and teachings, so... We play a land. We want to get our hand as small as possible in case they want to cast... Oh, they can't cast spells, never mind. So I guess I'll teachings first, not reveal that I had the Infernal Grasp or whatever that's worth. What the heck? Oh my god, I screwed that up. And that's not how it works anyway. It doesn't draw me. Oh my god. That is an epic blunder. I cannot believe that. I forgot that it does nothing if you don't have more than one. If they have at least 4 or more. Oh, it's 2 or 3 if they have 4 or more. Oh my god, that is so frustrating. What a misplay. I can't believe that. I'm going to lose that game. I'm gonna lose this game because of that too. That would have been huge to draw 2 cards there. And there's no more teachings in the deck, so we block with iTwitch and... Well, we can't block with iTwitch, but... What do we pull out with it? Oh crap, I didn't mean to click. I didn't mean to click. I'm just punting so hard right now. I mean, I think we should have taken the card that exiled the Righteous Valkyrie instead, right? We don't have anything to sacrifice to it, but that way if we draw a dud like another iTwitch, then we actually have something to do with it. Please give me Mystic Reflection and save me from this misery I've caused myself. Of course not. So... We're going to pull out a blue. Oh my god, I'm so salty right now. This is going to get double strike. They're almost at 27. Do I attack? Yes, I do. Yeah. So then I force them to either block or get off of that 27 plan. That 27 life plan. Even if they can gain life instantly right now, like Revitalize, it won't be enough for them to survive the Treefolk creature. Man. I like need a memory deluge or something here. I can't believe how I messed up that teachings. It's been a while since I've played a heck of a lot. I think this is maybe the first time I've cast teachings because I recently added it to the deck. And they're going to gain 5 life off this, so they'll make a token. Okay, can't prevent it. Oh, they gained 7 life off of it. We still block out the Valkyrie for now. Luckily, they don't have any life linger yet. Ouch. Okay, there we go. Now we're pretty screwed. There's the Mystic Reflection. Oh my god, we did it. We just barely did it. Bailed out. Okay, so we do this. There we go. 8/8/8. I could have copied one of their things, but a lot of their things are good because they have counters on them. Oh shit, if I had done Righteous Valkyrie, I should have done that. They would have been 4 6s, and I would have gained a heck ton of life. Right? Because what is it as printed? It's 4. 4 times 8 is, yeah, more than enough for me to have turned it on. That was a misplay on my part. I shouldn't have copied my own thing. I should have copied theirs. It'd have flying. Wouldn't be quite as high power as these things are, but yeah. All right, we might have to double block here. We're just drawing lands. Say go. They've got 55 life. We can still win this. We have another 10 the Pests in hand. So if we can do this trick again, I think that we can start attacking. All right, that's a problem. Luckily, they have to recast it at least. And if we kill a token, then it's dead. Okay, they're biding their time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 flyers. There's Infernal Grasp. What would I hit? What's the big thing that's pumping them all up? I mean, Righteous Valkyrie pumps them for 2. This is adding counters for each angel. That puts the cards back in their hands. I think maybe it's Gyata, because these are just 4/4s, well, 6/6s otherwise, and they're easier to block out. But it is legendary, so they could have a second one in hand. Maybe it's Righteous Valkyrie. Drop their power and toughness by a lot, and makes their trades a lot worse. So we're going to hold on to it. I'm debating, do I cast it now, or do I wait till next turn? Because they could, like, in response, give it protection or something. So I think we're going to cast it now. Oh crap, it goes in their hand. That was a mistake. Oops. Combat was the only time I could do it for it to be meaningful at all. That was a mistake. At least they have to take their turn recasting it. Ouch. We could still win, ironically. Would I end up casting or copying their Righteous Valkyrie? Probably. The life gain, I think, is too important for me right now. If I get another Mystic Reflection. Which, all I need is a Memory Deluge, and I can search pretty deep. Oh my god, we just rip it off the freaking top, dude. No way. Again, I think I want to cast this now before they can hold up mana to, like, remove it as I'm targeting it. Well, they would be removing their own thing since I'm going to be casting or copying Righteous Valkyrie. So, all creatures, not just angels, get +2/+2. And again, as printed, it's a 2/4. So we're making 9 2/4s, which each gain me 4 life as they enter. So 9 times 4 is 36 life. So I think that's the play. Oh, and then they all get the pump effect. Oh, I'm so dumb. They all get the pump effect. Okay, so that's 100% the play. I could even attack with these this turn. No, I don't think that makes sense. So we do this first. Yeah, so it's not just +2/+2, it's +18/+18 to all my creatures after I gain all this life, right? Oh my god. If they have a board wipe, oh my god, look at my life total. 1,524 bailed out so freaking hard. So freaking hard from like 3 misplays in a row. My God. I don't deserve this win for a few reasons, but I'm not complaining. 1,524 life accidentally. That's just too much. So they could still be in this, right? Like if they have a board wipe, then they can stabilize and maybe get back on the board since they still have 3 cards in hand. They're at exactly 0. Okay, good game. Wow, insane there. I don't know how I'm going to top that game. I mean, the fun of that game, the craziness of that game, not the gameplay. I can definitely top the gameplay. Wow, that's why you're on this channel, right? Because you know good gameplay or something? I don't know. No black. Yeah, I mean, we could technically keep it, but we're not doing much for a long time. This is only slightly better. I don't think we need 2 Mystic Reflections. Either that or we get rid of Tavalar, but at least this way we have something we're ramping into, maybe? By turn 5, we could stabilize with Tavalar. But yeah, I think second Mystic Reflection is definitely the way to go. Let's do this. Right? I guess we don't need to. Well, maybe if we get an Eye Twitch on top, we would want the black. Maybe. I think we'd still probably Prosperous Innkeeper. Okay, so this is enchantments. There's the Eye Twitch. Do we want to do the Eye Twitch, though? It would help us pull out Sciences. We could block. We wouldn't want to block with Prosperous Innkeeper. So... I guess it would have been more mana efficient to do it next turn and then foretell Mystic Reflection, but it is what it is. All right, I really want some basics, so hopefully they attack so that I can get Sciences. We're very close to being able to cast an early-ish Tavalar. Now, this is not normal enchantment stuff. They play red as well. Interesting. Play with fire, okay. No reason to tend to pest that, I think that'd be pretty dumb. I think they're gonna attack now. Excellent, we needed the basic, thank you. Definitely Sciences. Maybe, I guess we could have done Teachings, but depending on what we draw, well, I guess we could foretell this and then pop the treasure in order to play Sciences and still get the Teachings to work. But, okay, we get a land anyway. So let's pull out second black, because that's the only color left to fix for Meat Hook Massacre. And we'll just play that. I'm going to foretell this. If I wait... So next turn I could cast Tavalar early. If I wait one more turn, then I could Tavalar and Mystic Reflection, just in case he gets removed immediately. Although I think with this deck, no white, I think the odds of them removing it immediately are fairly small, and clockwise we really need to get Tavalar down. So instead we're looking at Tend the Pest Mystic Reflection, which is better anyway. A better use of Mystic Reflection. So if they kill, let's say they happen to kill Tavalar, and we can't do what we want to do next turn. 1, 2, 3 mana for this, 1 mana for that, 2 mana for this. So if we get an untapped land on top, we can play Topiary and then still do the combo with Tend to Pest, Mystery Reflection. Maybe copy their Thundering Raiju, because that's non-legendary, right? Yeah. I don't know that I want to block with Tavalar and risk him getting burned out the rest of the way. So we're going to block like this in case they have any flash enchantments. Please don't cast any spells. I would love to copy Tavalar's Nightbound side. That would be wonderful. Thank you. They're going to cast spells. Of course they are. Okay. we're free and clear. Do we do it on their turn? I don't think they have a way to deal with Tavalar instant speed, so I think we do want to do this trick on upkeep again. I don't know if I showed the last game where I did this, but it's pretty fun to do it on upkeep. I could save this in case Tavalar gets removed, but it's not going to happen. Is there any reason to play it, though? I guess not. If I needed 6 mana for something, I can do that next turn. I only need 3 mana for this combo. I guess if I wanted to play this as well... That's actually a compelling reason to do it. So, do I have actually lands? I have to tap that and that. Then I tap this. I would not have the green to do Tend the Pest, so I can't do both, because this land comes into play untapped. I only have 2 green. So, we do stop on there, upkeep. And I'm going to attack. They can destroy an artifact to deal more damage to me. I don't think they have an... Maybe I won't attack just for that reason. Let's just be super cautious here. No attacks. End combat. End turn. So that we flip this. Then we copy Tavalar. And we duplicate him. A bunch. Wow. Oh my god. Easy peasy. Easy game. They could still go in the sky over us, but if they can't kill us this turn, pretty much they're dead. Oh, I'm on full control. I'm like, why is it asking me to do stuff? It's because I'm on full control. My bad. Burn down the house wouldn't do it. We would still have 7/7/7s. They'd need a haste creature that can deal 8 damage to me in the air. I don't think they can recover from this. Maybe all they need is a way to give Thundering Raijin flying and give it 2 more damage. Oh, they're not going to get there. Oh, they're going to do electric damage to me, though. Okay. Do they have the rest of the burn in hand, I wonder? Oh my god, it was close. It was very close. Wow. So, there you go. Good against a fairly aggressive strategy. And that is the deck. I apologize. I realized that I had this camera on, which is like my pre and post game camera, which is like much bigger than my actual game camera. So I think I might have been blocking out some of those games, parts of them, but I looked back at some of the footage and you weren't missing much of stuff you didn't know. So anyway, apologies for that. But yeah, this deck is super fun. It seems to be doing just fine against aggro. It's got early game plans. Mystic Reflection, the key is Mystic Reflection is a card people are sleeping on. Is Tend the Pests the best card to go with it? I don't know. But I think a Golgari, technically Sultai Shell, really just blue for Mystic Reflection, then we take advantage of Memory Deluge because we're in blue. But yeah, I think like a Sultai Shell is maybe the best shell for Mystic Reflection right now. Not because of Tend the Pest, because of these other great cards that we get that help us survive against aggro. Meat Hook Massacre, Infernal Grasp, and Eye Twitch is not bad either, the way that it helps us to combo off with Mystic Reflection. So then, yeah, I mean, if we're in black and green already, then let's play Tend the Pest. It goes super well. Then it makes Topiary Stomper a better card than, say, Quandrix Cultivator, which might be another choice you would do here instead. Yeah, it's just a super awesome combination of stuff here. But thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any suggestions or feedback, other cards that I might play with, other decks you might want to see me play. And I will see you next time.